Hello, sweet Pisces. This is going to be your reading for the middle of December. It is good for the sun, rising moon, and Venus sign of Pisces. As always, keep in mind this is a general message. It might not resonate with all of you. This is just the energy I'm picking up on right now, and it will resonate with whomever needs to hear it the most at this time. If you are a cross watcher, please reverse the roles, but I do mean to read from the point of view of the zodiac sign that I intend to, that I'm reading for. If you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my website is in the description below. If you are new, welcome to Soma Chandra Tarot. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. But now it's time for Soma Chandra Pisces, sweet Pisces. Pisces, I think the middle of the month is going to be somewhat intense for you. I see that you may feel called to go into battle to right some wrongs and bring some justice to some situations. I think that this might involve long-term commitments or family. They wanted me to use quite a few oracle decks as well, or oracle cards rather. I think that you guys might be breaking some ancestral patterns. At the bottom of the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck is the Ancient Ones. And I did notice that the curse came in reverse. This is about our ancestors. This is about those that have come before us. And because the Hierophant came out as the main card in the center of your spread, and I have a lot of tens here, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles, I definitely feel like the energy I'm picking up on, Pisces, is about family and family wounds, maybe. Old patterns here coming out. The ancient ones teach us to honor and gain wisdom from those that have come before us, but to recognize that we are separate from that, part of a story, but our own sovereign being. The curse is here in reverse. I feel as though you guys are being challenged to break some old patterns and let go of some old ways of seeing things and thinking about things. The way you will be asked to do that is as the seer and as the luminous warrior. I do not get to see the seer very often. The seer is about being able to read between the lines and understand what is being said. So communication and listening will be very important right now. The seer represents the power of clarity and being able to recognize patterns. So with ancestors coming out in the curse, I think you're going to be seeing some patterns, probably some that you might have even learned in childhood. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it at this time. Really trust your gut. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and your vision is clear. But your perception of a circumstance needs to widen at this time. Look for subtle cues and nuances in others around you. When the seer comes out, it's usually because communication from other people might be difficult. The luminous warrior tells me that you might be triggered to take action and act upon your lower emotions and follow your lower instincts. Maybe you're being invited to quarrel with someone at this time. When the luminous warrior comes out, it's his power comes from the sword, but from not from his sword, but more from speaking his truth at all costs. So you will need to speak wisely and carefully, but also listen and watch for subtle cues from others around you right now that will help with the situations that you're in. When he comes out, he reminds us to focus on our own power and our own wisdom and not to be seduced by what seems wrong with you or anything else around you. Just remember that intentions follow attention. So pay close attention. Stay focused on the positive right now. There's more light than dark around you right now than you realize. And there's little need for action when the luminous warrior comes out. He resolves most of his situations from within. So you might feel like you're going to battle somewhat with yourself. And that's where I think the sweat lodge comes in. I really saw a progression here with these cards. And I was like, what's going on here? I dropped the oracle cards out before I dropped the tarot out. You will go through a sweat lodge. You will feel like you're sweating off something and burning off something that is no longer necessary. And I get the strong suspicion it has to do with the ancient ones in your ancestral patterns. I also see lightning here. This is hitting you like a ton of bricks. You are meant to be retrieving your soul at this time. Wow. So a soul retrieval and possibly breaking from some old traditions. Your guides want you to surrender to some things right now, too, Pisces. First thing they want you to surrender to is any unhealthy relationships you're having. Perhaps you just simply need to redraw some boundary lines in relationships, recognize healthy and unhealthy patterns. You may want to take action, but you're being asked with the Luminous Warrior and the Seer to just hold still and observe. Look more within yourself, like the Sweat Lodge is asking you to do. I think that some curses are being lifted for you right now, breaking old patterns. I notice that there's a handprint over her mouth. Perhaps you suddenly feel as though you can speak. Speaking to yourself, speaking from your soul right now. Let go of the relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treated by others, be treasured by others, and to be surrounded by positive people. So, right now, watch out for any unhealthy relationships or patterns and anyone that's unavailable to you. If they're not available to you, just release them. It might trigger you to be a warrior in a way that you don't want to be. If someone's not talking or communicating really well, the seer will help you read between the lines. Listen to your instincts. They also want you to surrender to setting some limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationship. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So listen when other people tell you no, and make sure other people are hearing you when you say no. I get the feeling that communication might be difficult right now. So pay attention to everyone's boundaries and assess the relationships you're having. I think that this may involve your ability to get close to people or someone in particular and feel vulnerable. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Your intimacy may be challenged. So at the center of everything, I have the Hierophant. And because I have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups, I think this has to do with long-term commitments and family. And when I saw the Ancient Ones here and the curse in reverse, the Hierophant tells me this might be about family. The Hierophant is sort of the system and tradition. It is higher knowledge. It is wisdom. I think some of you will be getting a spiritual upgrade. It is also Taurus. Some of you are connecting to a Taurus. But the Hierophant is often about the way things have always been done. I notice he's opening a box here. The challenge or the catalyst is the Moon. I think that's you, Pisces. That's your card. The challenge is your lower emotions, fears, insecurities, things not being as they seem. I feel as though some of you might be feeling insecure in some long-term commitments that are rooted and steeped in tradition, and it might even feel somewhat oppressive. Listen to your intuition right now. You may be the catalyst for some major change in some relationships, but I do think that your lower emotions and your intuition will be heightened in the middle of December. And I think while it's important to pay attention to your lower emotions, don't let them trigger you into battle unless necessary. Just listen to your intuition. Give your lower emotions a voice from within. Watch out for illusion. Watch out for a blindness. Watch out for things not being as they seem. There may be some confusion about very serious familial connections in your life right now. I like what's driving you, though. The Ace of Wands and the Three of Coins. You definitely want to go in a direction that has a lot of growth potential. You're definitely feeling inspired by some growth and new opportunities. And you absolutely want to build and learn upon this new potential within you or in your life. This is where we're building and we're learning and we're growing. It is collaboration. So I can see that in the middle of the month, some of you may be starting a new cycle in your life where you're implementing and learning something. I do see cooperation here. Deep within, though, I see the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So this might be a difficult choice for you to make. The Eight of Wands is about distance, travel, and communication. Some of you may decide you need a minute to decide if you want to move forward. You may be afraid that it will move too quickly. You may be avoidant of some communication back and forth. You will need to discern the truth. Perhaps you will deliver or you decide to send a message or receive a message. And whoever's delivering or receiving it may need a minute to think about it and to think about where it's going. What your guides are telling you and your soul is telling you to do all the time right now, though, I can see you have some kind of a difficult decision to make about forward motion in your life. I think you think that the next cycle in your life has a lot of growth potential, but you seem to be right at the beginning. Your guides are saying, they're not telling you not to do this, but they're saying before you make any major changes here, you need to release some baggage and let go of some conflict and loss that you've had. The Six of Swords teaches us to transition and make a change, release baggage that no longer serves us. Your guides are saying you need to move on from something and leave it behind and withdraw and search your soul. If a person around you is doing this, I think it's simply because they need a minute for things to calm down. But both of these cards give me a really good feeling. Some of you are connecting to a Virgo. I feel as though things that are ending may make way for a new beginning for you in some way, Pisces. You just might not see it coming. And that might be the trick. And the difficult part for you is the non-action and the holding still. Something is definitely shifting for you. It will feel a little difficult. You will feel like you have to sweat something out. It's whatever it is, it's something you don't need, and it will make way for a new part of yourself or a new part of your life with a lot of growth potential. I see some new things starting for you, Pisces, while searching your soul and releasing some things that no longer serve you. Moving into your current moment, the action taken is the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Some of you are connecting to an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Um, or this could be the Queen of Swords activating within you. If this is a person around you, they have experienced heartache. They may be a little guarded. You yourself may feel a little guarded right now, Pisces. The Queen of Swords has definitely been through something, and she will protect her heart. You may be asked to directly communicate at this time and come up with really good solutions. The Queen of Swords wants you to stay in your head and out of your heart at this time, be independent, have clear boundaries, directly communicate, and have unbiased judgment. Someone may be doing that with you. This may involve some heartache and sorrow. You're being asked to just hold still, though, and try to surrender to some non-action. This may be someone that comes in to give you advice. This could just, again, be a family member or someone you're connecting to, or you yourself trying to protect yourself from heartache. Your guides are asking you, pull back, search your soul so that when you do have to communicate, you can be very direct and straightforward. Things are not as they seem right now with the moon. The way you see yourself and, what's going on the surface in your life is the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles. So this could be about family, long-term commitments, financial security, equal contribution. Hopefully none of you are losing a job here. It looks like there's some major sudden shifts happening in possibly a long-term connection for you right now, Pisces, in the middle of the month. It may feel very chaotic, but with the Tower is always a time to tear everything down and rebuild. This tower was built on a strange platform and foundation. It's no wonder that it toppled, right? So there will be some chaotic shifts for you, in particular with long-term commitments. And I said, okay, well, what's going on in the environment? Whatever you're going through, I think people or someone in your environment is feeling it equally with you, Pisces, because in your environment, hidden factors that you may or may not be aware of, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. My goodness. So I have two cards here, the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, that indicate this is very much about long-term commitment and possibly family. The Hierophant suggests it might even be extended family involved as well. Whoever this is around you, it could even be more than one person. They see themselves as the Ten of Swords. You could be in a part of this. Crisis, pain, loss, painful endings. For some of you, this is an illness. Someone around you definitely needs a minute to recover as well with the Four of Swords. You may need to just take their cue. If someone is retreating and you're expecting an answer right now, your guides are telling you, let the waters calm right now and be calm and quiet yourself with the Hermit and search your soul. It looks like others in the environment or someone in particular in the environment needs some calm, rest, meditation. They need to think about something. They may feel stressed out. They may be recovering from something, but their action towards you is the Ten of Cups. So there is love here, but value alignment will be challenged. Whether or not the relationship is blissful and harmonious may be challenged. Relationships may struggle a bit. Someone may be pulling back from you at this time, Pisces, to keep the balance and the harmony. They may do that. If anyone is harsh with you, I think that's why. I think that you're very much a part of this. It may confuse you with the moon. It may hit you very suddenly. It looks like there might be some major shifts, but they will bring a transcendence and a completion. The way you're feeling right now, the Emperor and the Five of Cups, lots of major arcana here. So Aries, possibly a fire sign. The Emperor is a husband, a father, a married man, a boss, someone in a leadership position. This might be a person that you're disappointed in. You may have regrets with this person. You may be feeling somewhat pessimistic about this person, but the Emperor can be you. I think you really feel the need to maintain some control. If you're the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant and the Emperor, some of you feel as though you're the ringleader in a family situation, possibly right now. The Emperor sort of has a stiff upper lip and he's very controlled. He's very logical. He's very practical. So you may be feeling like you need to maintain a level of control and even authority. The Emperor is the king of all kings. But I also see this Five of Cups looking right at this Emperor. So for any cross watchers checking in on a Pisces, they're feeling bad and regretful and disappointed about something, possibly somewhat pessimistic. There is a crying over spilled milk here to a degree. I think that this is a person that you had high expectations of that you may be somewhat disappointed in right now, Pisces. Try not to be disappointed in yourself. If you're the Emperor, I'm the Emperor sometimes in my own life. It's a tough job, right? Sometimes the Emperor and the Queen of Swords do somewhat withdraw. Your guides are gently nudging you not to fear intimacy. Just surrender the unhealthy relationship patterns and try to set some good limits. The Emperor is usually pretty good at that. But I do see that you will have some personal setbacks and some regrets to kind of work through right now, especially with the Tower. It may hit you like a ton of bricks. Final outcome, interesting. The Devil and Justice. Libra, Capricorn here. I feel as though that there will be a strong need to bring balance, fairness, and justice to a situation that might involve some lower energy. Either that or you're just dealing with a Capricorn or a Libra. The Devil represents things that we may be ashamed of, our fears, our insecurities, our addictions, our restrictions, and our desires. Sometimes it's just our need for some hedonism and pleasure. But it often comes with some shame and guilt. Something just needs to be brought into balance. Justice does need to be served. Try not to play the blame game. Try to be very fair, honest, and accountable. But the Devil, I notice there's two people here. You may feel like there's two sides to someone or something right now. And you may be challenged to try to look at something from a very fair perspective. I do see you wanting justice and seeking the truth here. And I have Death at the bottom of the deck, more major arcana. This is Scorpio. So endings here, death and rebirth. It will bring challenges. Someone may feel the need to stand up for themselves, go their own way, protect themselves. You may feel as though your beliefs are challenged. The way you think or feel is being challenged. You may feel the need to challenge someone else. Be careful with that. If you do, they may bolt. They may need some time alone. But I like that the Chariot's here next. It means you can overcome the obstacles and the challenges and have forward motion. If you're accountable for the direction that you're going, you can have victory and success. Some of you may travel, some of you may take a trip, some of you may want to do that, and someone else is saying no, back off, or vice versa. The Four of Cups, someone's emotionally reevaluating. Five of Swords, there may be some anger, more conflict, loss, and change. Six of Cups, this could have to do with deep childhood past or memories or someone you have a deep soul connection to. Two of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups, the Lovers. Okay, so you're going in a good direction. It looks like whatever's going on for you, You might just have to work through some conflict. I think the challenges can be overcome, but with Death, the Tower, and the Ten of Swords, I'm seeing some major shifts. And with the Moon and the Devil here, we're definitely going to be in the lower energies. Really search your soul and take a step back. I would take the advice of the Oracle cards and ask yourself what you need to surrender to the most. It looks like setting limits, examining the relationships in your life, and how you feel about getting close to others is what needs to be surrendered at this time to help you with that. But I really like the Sweat Lodge here with the curse in reverse. I feel like you guys are really going through something intense right now. Just hold still, pay attention to the details. A curse is being lifted. It may take time to sweat out what you no longer need, but with that, this devil energy can be beaten with justice. The universe is watching here, okay? All you need to do is search your soul and move past this drama. You will experience a transformation. Yeah. All right, Pisces, that's your reading for the middle of the month. I hope it resonates with you and I hope it helps you. I feel as though some of you are on a pretty spiritual journey right now. It's playing out in your 3D life, but I think that it will bring you an upgrade and justice can be served. So I hope this helps you. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Pisces. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.